He thought he was walking away.
On the climb, and it could start right here.
Look out!
Instead, they carried him out. Face shattered, future dangling by a thread. 1 second he was chasing a title. The next he was choking on blood and dirt. These aren't just falls. These are detonations.
And that's why you...
Moments where bone meets steel, where bulls don't just buck, they break. Some guys got back up, others never rode again. And a few got wired back together with screws, plates, and prayers. Let's count down the 10 worst bull riding wrecks that changed everything. Cody Johnson didn't see it coming. He looked calm in the chute, maybe even cocky. Big Money was the bull, and Cody had been riding clean all season. But when that gate cracked open, Big Money came out pissed. 2 jumps in, Cody's balance shifted just enough. His hand slipped, but not enough to let go. That's when it turned ugly. He was hung up, arm twisted in the rope, body flying sideways. Big Money spun hard, dragging Cody like a sack of meat. Every turn snapped his body. Around the bull's side, dirt flying, limbs flailing. It looked like his shoulder was going to come off, and then launch. The bull bucked and Cody flew, full body whip into the ground. His leg bent under him, didn't even look real. But Big Money wasn't done. He circled back and caught Cody. With another buck, crowd gasped. Medics ran. Dislocated shoulder, torn ligaments, mild concussion. But what stuck with Cody wasn't the pain.
On a night when the 9 men before him couldn't figure it out,
It was the silence. The moment he realized the bull was in charge, not him. He walked out of the arena. That day, barely, and every ride after, he hesitated at the gate, just for a second. But in this sport, that's all it takes.
A lot of ability. We've seen some spurts out of him this season, the few times we've got to see him.
well, this is what I was, he was taking his time. That bull stood in there.
Lonnie West came into the 2018 PB, our World Finals, looking like a man on a mission. Locked in, dialed, no fear. He wasn't just riding bulls, he was chasing destiny. And that bull? Hostage. Big, mean, and full of bad intentions. First 2 seconds, looked textbook, clean ride, tight form. And then, hostage dipped hard left. Lonnie leaned the wrong way, just a little. That's all it took. The bull twisted, and his back leg fired like a shotgun. Wham! Hoof straight to Lonnie's side. You could hear it. Wet, solid, wrong.
That bull there, sometimes you see a bull pull a foot. That one didn't pull a foot at all, and that's close 2,000-pound bull right there.
He dropped instantly. No roll, no brace, just collapse. Eyes open, not moving. Crowd went dead quiet. They rushed him straight to the hospital. Lacerated liver, internal bleeding. The doctor said minutes made the difference. Wait any longer, and Lonnie wouldn't have made it. He spent days in intensive care, hooked up, stitched up, barely speaking. But the worst part? He remembered every second. The gate, the twist, the hit, the feeling of something breaking inside. It felt like getting hit by a truck from the inside out. He said later, Lonnie sat out the rest of the season, and even after the body healed, the finals never left him. Douglas Duncan probably thought it'd be another 8 seconds of hell, but Chicken Fried had other plans. The gate flung open and the bull didn't buck. It whipped. Hard, fast, violent. And Douglas? He didn't come off clean. He got hung up. Rope wrapped tight, arms stuck, body flung outward like dead weight on a tether. The bull spun like a turbine. Douglas wasn't riding anymore, he was orbiting. Every rotation looked worse than the last. His body slammed against the bull's side, dirt sprayed, his boots kicked empty air, and then the wall. His shoulder hit it first. Full speed, a sound like splitting wood. The whole arena let out one long collective, "Oh." He lay there twitching, dazed, half laughing. "Felt like I got deep fried from the inside," he muttered. No bones broken, but his rotator cuff torn to shreds. Nerve damage, deep bruising. Doctors told him the wall probably saved his neck, but wrecked his shoulder in the process that he was out for months. And when he came back, he wasn't the same, because that kind of ride doesn't just hurt, it ages you.
He would be then going to the right, and that being away from Douglas's hand. Douglas made sure his horn was in that gate just right, so he would come clean and come out to the left and go into his hand.
Shea Marks hung up in that bull rope. Ty Prescott, Brett Mont.
Ty Prescott wasn't on the bull that day. He was on the ground, just a cowboy doing what cowboys do. Shane Marks got hung up, dragged bad, and Ty jumped the fence without thinking. Ran in fast, tried to yank him free. And the bull? Didn't care who was saving who. One wild swing of the back legs, and Ty caught the full force of it. Hoof to the jaw, dead on. It sounded like a tree branch snapping in a storm. Ty dropped, didn't flinch, just folded. The medics didn't ask questions, they already knew. Jaw broken in 2 places, dislocated hinge, teeth gone, blood pouring like a faucet. They rushed him to surgery that night, wired his mouth shut, rebuilt what they could. The crazy part? He laughed about it later, sighed. Guess that's the end of steak dinners for a while. But that smile? You could tell it hurt. 6 weeks of silence, liquid food. Every movement felt like grinding glass. And the only reason he was in that wreck at all was because he tried to help. Not every ride starts in the chute. Some start when you run toward the danger and pay for it. Scott Schiffner was locked in. 2008 World Cup final round. Everything riding on this one last shot. He had the bull. He had the momentum. He just needed one clean ride, and then one bad lean. That's all it took. Scott didn't get flung.
There are always moments that are tense inside the arena.
Open your mouth for me, Scott.
Listening in with Dr. Candy Freeman and his staff.
He got dropped. The bull bucked hard. Scott slipped just off center, and gravity did the rest. Straight down, no rotation. No time to brace. Helmet cracked first, then his head, then nothing. He bounced once, then lay still. The crowd held its breath. Not a sound. Just his limbs in the dirt, lifeless. His helmet rolled away like it was trying to escape what just happened. They talked to him, tapped him, called his name. Nothing. 2 full minutes. Out cold, no movement. Just dust settling around him. He woke up hours later in the hospital, confused. First thing he asked, did I make the ride? He didn't. And for a while after that, he didn't make any, because when the lights go out like that, something stays off, even when you open your eyes again.
Chance on Charlie Bullware, and this is a big bull, and Wimberly touches at 3-0, and he's got to get out of there. You see, he's got a hold of that bullpen trying to...
McKennon Wimberly wasn't just another cowboy. He was the one people wanted to see. Young, fired up, and fearless. And when he climbed onto Moby.com, the crowd was electric. You could feel it. Like something big was coming, and something did. The first hit was head-to-head. skull into skull. A clean, sickening crack. McKennon didn't fall off. He stayed with it for a second. Then came the second hit, right to the face. The kind of blow that turns lights out. He dropped like a shot puppet, limbs loose, body lifeless. The arena went silent, not dramatic silent, real silent. Because everyone knew what they'd just seen. Medics were there before the dust even settled. No response, no eye movement, no twitch dot. He had a concussion, a broken jaw, and a memory blackout so complete he couldn't even remember climbing on the bull. They kept him overnight. CT scans, monitors. His family came down from the stands crying. His sister later posted, "He doesn't remember the ride, just the pain." Turns out his shoulder had already been messed up before the wreck, so while he was out, they scheduled surgery for that too. He went in for one ride. Came out with 2 injuries and a face that needed rebuilding.
Alvarez comes over the, oh boy.
The 2018 PBR Global Cup. Big lights, packed crowd, energy off the charts. Alvaro Alvarez was riding high. He'd been climbing the ranks, proving himself with every ride. But this time, the bull didn't just buck. Take the Gamble exploded. Out of the chute like a grenade. First jump? Fine. Second? Not so much. Alvaro got thrown forward, just enough. His head dropped right into the line of fire. The bull's horn caught him square in the face. Not a graze, a full-force collision. The sound was wet and sharp. Not a crack. Not a thud. More like someone hitting a slab of meat with a bat. He dropped mid-air. Didn't even get to finish the fall. Lights out before he hit the dirt. No movement. No twitch. Just dust and silence. The medics didn't check. They sprinted. Arena cleared around him like a war zone. He was out cold. Broken cheekbone, swelling in the brain, nose shattered. When he came to, he didn't remember the ride. Just flashes of lights and people yelling his name. Through a translator he said, "I'll be back soon. But right now, my health comes first." You could tell. He meant it, but the truth? He looked scared, and in this sport, fear is the slowest kind of death. LJ Jenkins had already made it through 2 clean rounds. He was riding hot, feeling good, confident. The third bull was fully loaded. A twitchy, explosive bull with something to prove. Gate swings open. Boom, the bull is out like a missile. First jump nearly snaps LJ sideways. He hangs on, tries to reset, but his balance is gone. His body slips, but his hand doesn't. It stays locked in the rope. That's when it stops being a ride and becomes a beating. Fully loaded spins fast, angry. LJ gets dragged in a tight circle. His chest slammed into the bull's side with every twist. Then the kickstart. One hoof lands in his ribs. Another connects with his arm. The crowd winces. He's tied to the punishment and can't do a damn thing about it. Finally, they get him loose. He's curled on the dirt, holding his arm. They rush him out. Fractured forearm, cracked ribs, torn skin across the chest. They wrapped him in ice and silence. Later, LJ said, "I got unlucky. If my hand comes loose, I walk away." But it didn't. That's just how it goes. Sometimes it's not the bull that wrecks you. It's the rope.
What up?
Whoa!
Casey Hayes drew panda tracks, and everyone in the back pens gave him the same look. The one that says, "Good luck, brother." That bull didn't buck high. That bull didn't buck high. It launched. Like a spring-loaded missile. Casey looked solid in the chute. Focused. Calm. Gate opens. Panda Tracks fires like a rocket.
Stay down, Case. These are the situations.
Casey's body goes up. Too far. Too fast. He tries to adjust mid-air, but he's already leaning the wrong way. On the next buck, he's airborne. The fall wasn't even the worst part, because Panda Tracks wasn't done. As Casey hit the ground, the bull came down right behind him. Hoof met chest with full force, one solid stomp. You could hear the crack in the back rows. He rolled once and didn't move again. People screamed. Medics sprinted. Later, Casey said, "When my parents told me they heard the sound of my bones breaking on TV, I told them I heard it too. Cracked ribs, punctured lung. Weeks in recovery. He didn't ride again for a long time. Not because he couldn't, but because that sound never left him. Some hits you feel once, others you feel forever."
To always be ready because they open the gates in a hurry. Casey Hayes, unfortunately, down, and that bull, obviously.
The climb, and it could start right here.
Oh, my goodness. Look out. Wow. Chase Outlaw rocks.
Cheyenne Frontier Days 2018. Big crowd, big stage. Chase Outlaw was dialed in, tough as nails. One of the most fearless guys out there. You could feel it. Something was about to happen, and it did. The gate flew open, and Outlaw exploded. Out with the bull like a cannonball. First jump, fine. Second jump, disaster. They collided head to head. Skull against skull. The bull was fine. Outlaw hit the dirt like he'd been unplugged. Face first, didn't move. Not even a twitch. Blood pooled instantly. The whole place froze. When they got to him, it was worse than anyone thought. Every single bone in his face was broken. 68 screws. 12 metal plates. 4 pieces of surgical mesh. It wasn't a surgery, it was reconstruction. He couldn't feel his face for weeks, couldn't chew, could barely talk. And when people asked if he'd ride again, he said, "That's one thing I've never wanted to do, quit."
Out. Wow. Chase Outlaw rocks.
Wow. Chase out.
Most guys would have been done, but Chase, he showed up 2 months later. Black eye, swollen jaw, stitched up and grinning. He didn't just survive the worst wreck in bull riding history. He rode again, because Chase Outlaw isn't just a name. It's a statement. These weren't just wrecks. They were turning points, moments where time froze. Bones cracked and lives shifted, sometimes forever. Some of these guys got stitched up and rode again. Others never made it back. And a few, they still feel every hit. In the quiet moments, long after the cheers have faded. But that's the heart of bull riding. It's not just about the ride. It's about the risk, the silence after the slam, and the will to climb back on even when your body says no. Because in this world, you don't just get thrown, you get tested. And the ones who get back up, they're built different. If that ride through hell gave you chills, hit that like button. And for more raw stories of grit, pain, and glory, you know what to do. Subscribe. The next wreck could be worse, and we'll be here to tell you about it.